If you have sciatica shooting down your leg into your calf or foot, and you're stretching your hamstrings hoping it'll fix the problem, you're probably making your pain worse. Because most of the time, sciatica is not coming from the leg at all. It's coming from pressure on a nerve in your lower back. And the more you try to stretch your leg, the worse it's going to get. My name is Dr. Grant Elliott, founder of RehabFix. We've helped thousands with low back pain, disc herniations, and sciatica fully recover through our one-on-one online coaching program. And in this episode, I'm going to walk you through the 3 most important things you need to understand about sciatica and the simple movements that can help you reduce nerve pressure and start reducing your pain today. So one of the biggest misunderstandings about sciatica is, where is it coming from? Most people feel pain in the glute, hamstring, calf, foot, numbness or tingling in the toes even, so they naturally assume the pressure must be in the leg. And sciatica typically causes a burning sensation, electric shock, tight pulling, or an ache. But in most cases, sciatica is actually a lower back problem. That's where the problem is, because the most common cause is a lumbar disc herniation or bulge that's pushing out and hitting the nerve root. That irritated nerve root is sending signals down the rest of the nerve, which travels down into your glute, hamstring, calf, or foot. So even though you have pain in the leg, and sometimes all of your pain is in the leg, you might have no pain in the lower back. The problem is not in your leg. The source of the pressure is in your spine. Now, the mistake so many of you are making is that because the pain is in your leg, you're under the impression that you need to stretch that leg. It feels tight, it hurts, so, it's burning in my hamstring. My hamstring's really tight. It's so much tighter than the other one. So I should stretch it, try to loosen it up, get into that muscle, right? So you massage, you foam roll, you stretch. And while it might feel good temporarily, most of the time you're stretching an irritated nerve. You're pulling on a nerve that does not want to move, and it further irritates the nerve. It irritates the disc because that's why the leg feels tight. The nerve is irritated, so it creates nerve tension. And when you're pulling on a nerve that has nerve tension, you're yanking on a painful nerve. You're pulling it across the disc and you're flaring it up and preventing yourself from healing. So if you happen to notice that after you stretch a bunch, you might actually feel worse after, that's not a no pain, no gain scenario. And even sometimes PTs or other generic offices will tell you, just stretch through the pain, it'll loosen up. No, you do not want to do that. You're making it worse. And what you know by now is we need to reduce pressure in the lower back, and the leg symptoms will go away on their own magically without messing with the leg at all. So how do we fix this? To understand how we fix this, you need to understand what got yourself into this situation in the first place. It's often not from one singular movement. It usually develops over time, and then you might have done one particular bend or heavy lift, maybe even felt a pop in your lower back. That's a classic sign of disc herniation. And then that could have been the straw that broke the camel's back. But this develops over time. Prolonged sitting throughout work, slouching when you're driving, sitting to eat, on the couch watching TV. So much flexion over time increases stress on your lower back, increases pressure on your discs, and this can cause them to slowly bulge over time and hit that sciatic nerve. That's why so many of you notice the longer you sit, the worse your pain. When you bend forward, first thing in the morning especially, the more you feel your pain. There's that tight sensation in your leg when you try to bend forward. It's because this forward flexion increases pressure on the disc, which increases pressure on the nerve. So what this shows us is that sciatica is a movement-based problem. You move certain ways, you feel it more, it gets worse, right? That means if you move other ways, it can make it better and you'll feel better. So the good news is that when you begin restoring the right movements, you will reduce pressure on the nerve. And that's where the right exercises come in. So let's go through a few simple movements together to begin doing this real time. The first one is our lumbar extension exercise. As I referenced earlier, your low back is in flexion most of your life, and this can increase a lot of stress for individuals. So what we want to do is take your spine the opposite direction. If flexion increases disc pressure, extension can decrease disc pressure. So lay on your stomach, totally flat, hands under your shoulders like you're going to do a push-up. Push up as far as you can comfortably, keeping your lower back and your glutes totally relaxed. You do not want them fighting against you and increasing pressure on your lower back. Perform around 10 reps to see how it feels. Every rep, the goal is to just push to the point of pain, seeing what changes as you do this. Does it get tighter or looser? Better or worse? For a majority of you, it will get better and better and better with every rep as you gently kiss it. For those of you that struggle with this, it just means you need a modification. You might need a more personalized approach, and I'll tell you how to do that later in the video. As you work through through this, you're restoring lumbar extension, something you've lost over time, improving spinal mobility, and encouraging that disc to move back where it came from, reducing pressure away from the nerve. Be sure to not force the motion, just progress into it smoothly to your point of tolerance. Hey, real quick, I know you're struggling with pain and obviously want to fix it. So if you just text me the word pain to 317-751-9509, I will send you my free back pain fix demo. Just text that number and you can fix your pain. Thank me later. Back to the show. The second movement is our sciatic nerve floss laying on the floor. Most of the time, you will see this performed in a seated position. But what that can do is it can be uncomfortable on your lower back because many of you might arch into this more than you realize. So a simple way to ensure we are not increasing disc pressure is performing it on the floor, on your back, so your spine is completely neutral. Bend the non-painful leg. This helps relax the lower back and flatten it to the floor. And now hold behind the leg that is painful as to support it. Kick your foot towards the ceiling while pulling your toes back and look backwards with your head at the same time. Now, bend the knee, pointing the toes down, and bring your chin to your chest. Perform this back and forth for at least 10 repetitions. That's 10 both ways. And what this is doing is it's sliding the nerve back and forth through the tissues that it goes through and through the spine where it exits. Because as you extend the foot towards the ceiling, that is tensioning the nerve. Remember, stretching the back of the leg, stretching the foot pulls on the nerve. But as you look backwards, that actually relaxes your spinal cord, your dural tension from the top. So it gives it more room to slide down. And then as you bend the leg, bringing it down, and you bring your chin up, it's pulling it back up towards your head. It's sliding the nerve back up. So as you do this back and forth, we call it flossing. It's flossing the nerve back and forth, improves blood flow, reduces inflammation, improves nutrients to the nerve, helps mobilize it through the tissues, and can help calm down nervous system sensitivity. And remember, this is not a stretch. We're not trying to stretch the hamstring or stretch the nerve. It's a mobilization. So if you feel like it's a painful stretch, then just extend the leg to the point of pain. And for the third movement, we're going to take this sciatic nerve floss you're doing on your back, and we're going to massively enhance it. You're going to roll over onto your side now with a pillow under your lower back with the painful side up. The goal is to stack a pillow or two to arch your lower back towards the ceiling. What this is doing is it's bending your spine to open up the holes on the side, called the IVF, the intervertebral foramen. And this is where your nerves pass through. They pass through these holes. So when these holes are small, it's encroaching on the nerve. It's making it claustrophobic. It can be uncomfortable. But when we expand them, it gives the nerve more room to breathe. Feels so good to have some space in here. And that reduces inflammation itself and can really calm down the nerve. So then while we're holding this position, continue the nerve floss in this position with that opening greater. Hold this for around 3 to 5 minutes, gently extending the leg back and forth. And you might notice that now you can extend the leg further and further and further in this position, hence giving that nerve more mobility and freeing it up. So when you combine these three things, what you're accomplishing is you're restoring mobility of the spine and decompressing the nerve. You're then mobilizing the nerve to improve blood flow, and then you're decompressing around the nerve itself to allow it to calm down and continue the healing process. After performing movements like these in this order, many individuals report less tightness and stiffness in their back, less pain down the leg, and significantly reduced symptoms. And this is the first step towards permanently fixing your sciatica. And I say first because these exercises are a great starting point towards resolving it, but obviously not every case is the same and often requires a more complete plan, because the real thing you're missing is which movements are right for you. Which order should you do them in? How many for your situation? When should you progress? When should you regress? Finding the right recipe, that's the magic. Not the exercise, it's the recipe. So if you'd like to immediately know what's causing your pain, how to fix it with a step-by-step approach, then I have something for you. Our centralization process helps reduce pain on average 37% in a single session and has helped some clients completely eliminate their pain within as little as 15 days. And if you'd like a free demo with my team, all you need to do is text me the word pain to 317-751-9509 to get a structured step-by-step plan to permanently fix your back or sciatica issues following my centralization process. Text me right now so you don't miss this opportunity to finally fix your pain and live the life that you deserve. And after you text me, please like the video, subscribe if you haven't already. Follow me on Instagram at RehabFix for more free daily videos and insights into my life and what I'm doing for myself and our clients to get a bulletproof low back. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on the next one, and I'll see some of you in our program real soon.